Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Chiranjit Mishra and today I'm going to discuss all the news items of November 24 News Today. There are 13 important news items, 5 major news and 8 quick updates. First we'll briefly go through the headlines and then we'll discuss every news item one by one. So there are 13 news items as I said, and I have deliberately highlighted 3 news items because there is an connectivity, a connecting thing between all the 3 news items. We'll discuss that. The first news item is about Electricity Amendment Bill. The power distribution sector of India has been suffering from perennial problems. We all know that. Okay? So, with regard to coming up with effective solutions to cure these problems, the government is planning to bring a new bill. It has not yet taken the form of an act. Okay? It's a bill. The second important news is Prisons in India report released. It has been released by not Home Ministry. It has been released by an in-house body of the Supreme Court, and we'll discuss that when that happened. Okay? So prisoners in India, they're also not in a very good condition, and what measures can be taken to improve their life so that they can lead a life of dignity and freedom, and of course, the health can also be taken into consideration. G20 Summit 2025 in Johannesburg, which is in South Africa, concluded, and because G20 is no more G20 technically, it's G21 because African Union was admitted in the year 2023. So leaders from across 19 countries, European Union and African Union, they met in Johannesburg, South Africa. Although President Trump didn't show up, so where you can say the United States boycotted it. But yes, many important leaders met, and on the sidelines of those meetings, 2 other important meetings took place in which India was part. This India, Brazil, South Africa leaders meeting is called IBSA, and one is in your minor news or among the quick updates, a tripartite agreement between India, Australia, and Canada. Okay, we'll go through that. So the fourth news is your UNFCCC's 30th COP, Conference of Parties Summit, which was concluded again in Brazil, okay, in Belém. And we'll go through the not key findings, the salient features of what all agreements have been reached. This we already discussed, okay? And yes, now going to the minor news items. India, Australia, Canada, ACIT partnership. So this partnership is related to using each other's important technological capabilities to use critically and important emerging technologies, okay? We'll discuss what all were discussed and what all agreements were signed. Bharat NCAP 2.0 launched. This is not Bharat NCAP is related to, it's not National Clean Air Program. NCAP is actually related to the vehicular standard, the car standards, okay, safety ratings of cars. So those parameters have been changed because every year India produces or sells nearly 50 lakh units of cars. That means 50 lakh people or 50 lakh units of cars are sold. And in a country, in a densely populated country like India, accidents are so frequent. So safety rating does matter. That's why new standards have been adopted. Third, Chandigarh Status Amendment Bill. So this is again, it's going to find its place soon among the major news items because it has just been indicated, this bill has not yet been introduced, it just found its place in the headlines of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and that is why it has actually hit the hornet's nest. That means some people have started opposing it. Manipur Sangay festival begins. Manipur is actually northeastern states, one of the 8 northeastern states with Imphal as its capital. And Sangay is actually dancing deer, which is unique or endemic to Manipur. The festival is actually quite symbolic of the culture of Manipur, but it is named after Sangay or the dancing deer, okay, which is a critically endangered species. Then this new concept, this new word has been coined by Cambridge University, which is called parasocial. It's a very interesting piece of term, and I believe if it's not important from the point of view of GS paper mains 1, 2, 3, 4 or UPSC prelims, it may be asked in your interview round. So you can stay hopeful if you get an interview call, you may be asked this question because it's an opinion generating theme, okay? Now IWAI, which is actually the Inland Water Authority of India, it's focused on water transport again in the northeastern region. Not a very important piece of news, but still. Auramine detected in food items. Food adulteration is a perennial problem. Okay, there's so many different types of chemicals used as cheaper alternatives, and one of those is auramine, okay, which is actually a yellow colored dye used to color food items. It's very cheap and it's a banned ingredient, but still in use. Now, APDIM session on disaster data. So this is actually an Asia-Pacific body which deals with information exchange related to how to tackle climate changes or disasters due to climate change. Okay, so it was hosted in New Delhi in India. Now let's start with the first important news, which is this draft electricity bill. Okay, and this piece of news is important from the point of view of GS paper 3. Okay, it comes under economics because broadly, because we are not discussing renewable energy, so it's not environment. There is a small portion related to renewable energy in this bill, but majorly it will be covered under economics. Okay, so what happened? As I said, power generation in India has been suffering from different problems. Power generation, we use coal. 70% of the power produced in India is actually used, is coal produced. Okay, 70% कोल से बनता है इंडिया में, बट दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम रिलेटेड टू पावर जनरेशन सेक्टर. यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? यहाँ पे वी आर डिस्कसिंग पावर जनरेशन सेक्टर. ओके, पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेक्टर, आई एम सॉरी. यहाँ पे द बिल इज रिलेटेड टू पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. डिस्कॉम्स आप सुने होंगे नाम. दिस इज अनदर एरिया ऑफ चैलेंज. एक तो पावर जनरेशन होगा, वी यूज अ लॉट ऑफ कोल विच इज एनवायरमेंटली डैमेजिंग. यहाँ पे पावर डिस्कम्स मतलब ये होता है जब पावर जहाँ से प्रोड्यूस होता है वहाँ से यू यूज लाइन्स, इलेक्ट्रिक लाइन्स, हाई वोल्टेज लाइन्स, एंड यू सप्लाई पावर टू homes, offices, industries, and all other entities. Here, it's not efficiently done in India. There's a lot of loss. Not just electricity or power loss, but also losses in terms of collecting money or tariffs. Even if consumers are paying, you're not able to collect the tariffs efficiently. Okay? Another problem, even if tariffs are paid, because you know, electricity in India is highly subsidized. बहुत सस्ते में मिलता है. Okay? And subsidy is given by the government to the distribution companies, discoms. वहाँ पे भी delay होता है, उनको भी पैसा नहीं मिलता, तो वो भी this start to scratch their head. This another additional burden on them. Okay? तो ये हो गए problems. आप एक सुने होंगे term, this thing. Okay? We'll go through all the important points. There's a term which is called AT&C. Okay? AT&C. ये term सबने सुना है. Aggregate, technical, and commercial losses. Okay, this term captures all the problems related to power distribution sector in India. Okay, this particular term, and which is actually equal to ATC. हम इसको कैसे measure करते हैं? So far UPC has never asked, but because this term is used, we'll know what the term means. It's actually energy input. डिस्कॉम कंपनी ने आपको पावर सप्लाई कर दिया है ना, माइनस एनर्जी रियलाइज्ड. रियलाइज मतलब वो पावर जिसके लिए यू हैव रिसीव्ड मनी. दिस इज एनर्जी इनपुट, इज एनर्जी दैट यू गोइंग टू सप्लाई पावर. एनर्जी रियलाइज्ड क्या होता है ना, डिस्कॉम कंपनीज आर सप्लाइंग यू पावर, बट हाउ मच ऑफ दैट पावर द मनी फॉर विच हैज बीन कलेक्टेड. ओके, सो एनर्जी रियलाइज मतलब क्या होता है? Those units of power for which money has been collected. And we are calculating AT&C. This has a formula, okay, which is equal to energy input minus energy realized divided by energy input. Basically, हम efficiency calculate कर रहे हैं. And you multiply this whole thing with 100. Okay, that is your AT&C losses. As I said, power discoms के problems क्या क्या हैं? सरकार के पैसे जो आते हैं subsidies, because power electricity in India is subsidized, so it's the responsibility of the government, state governments, to give them subsidies. So subsidy payment में late होता है, power चोरी होता है, power theft. People in small cities and villages, they use jumpers, wires to steal electricity. They don't have to pay for that. Okay, this is an additional problem. To cure all these problems, the government has come up with this draft bill. ठीक है, ये draft bill बनाया गया है. What are the features? अभी क्या होगा? Now, while discussing each and every feature, we'll also discuss the additional problems. एक हो गया यूनिवर्सल सर्विस ऑब्लिगेशन. अब देखिए डिस्कॉम्स आर ऑल्सो वेरी स्मार्ट. ओके, वो क्या करते हैं, दे चूज वेरी क्राफ्टिली, दे चूज देयर कस्टमर्स. ओके, दे नो दैट इफ आई supply electricity in a village or a small town, I'll experience losses. So I will choose an urban market, or I'll supply power to industries, not individual consumers. Why, you may say, why? मैं डिस्कॉम हूँ and I am selecting a company or a rich user and not these small users, those who cannot pay money. Why? Because there is a concept called cross subsidy. रेलवेज में भी हम पढ़ते क्रॉस सब्सिडी. यू नो व्हाट हैपेंस इन इंडिया? कंपनीज एंड इंडस्ट्रीज, ओके, कंपनीज एंड इंडस्ट्रीज, they are heavily charged. They pay heavy tariffs. On the other hand, small consumers जो होते हैं, they pay very small amount. So tariffs for small consumers is very low. यहाँ पे tariff मतलब is not taxes. Tariff मतलब जो the amount that a consumer pays to a discom company, distribution company, discom. Okay, tariff is not tax here. Okay, so the small consumers, they pay very less amount, and the rich consumers, simply telling you, rich consumers, they pay a hefty amount. This is called cross subsidy. एक को आपने पूरा माफ कर दिया, दूसरे पे सारा burden you are going to put on the rich users. So this is called cross subsidy, and it's not in the best interest of this country. If you're going to put the entire burden on them, how will they, the companies, the industries, function smoothly? Okay, so this is, so what happens, universal service obligation, it's mandatory now for the discom companies कि you don't have the freedom to choose those consumers जो आपको ज़्यादा पैसे देते हैं और जो आपको कम देते हैं वहाँ पे आप नहीं करेंगे. Now it's an obligation. ओके, तो यहाँ पे यू आर गोइंग टू सप्लाई इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इन अ नॉन डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी मैनर. आप डिस्क्रिमिनेट नहीं कर सकते कि इसको मैं दूंगा उसको नहीं दूंगा. इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क एनीमोर. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट द बिल प्रपोजेस. इट हैज नॉट हैपेंड सो फार. ओके, नाउ टैरिफ रिफॉर्म्स में पुश फॉर कॉस्ट रिफ्लेक्टिव टैरिफ्स. एज ए सेड, पावर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इन इंडिया इज हेवीली सब्सिडाइज्ड. Yet they are putting in so much effort, they're putting in so much money, and from their relatively poor consumers or those consumers which are not in a position to pay, they're paying so less that पूरा electricity generation का amount, distribution का amount is less than the tariff. There is a concept in commercial maths, selling price, cost price. If selling price is lower than cost price, that means the distributor is suffering losses. ठीक है, तो टैरिफ रिफॉर्म में दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. कॉस्ट रिफ्लेक्टिव टैरिफ्स. ठीक है, बजटेड सब्सिडीज, another important area. That means you want to give subsidized electricity to the people of this country. Okay, then there is another way to do that. Let electricity be sold at market price. The subsidy can be given to the customers directly. It can be credited to their bank accounts. जैसे अभी पहल स्कीम में LPG cylinders बिकते थे. Okay, that is a better way because the companies are not going to suffer. They don't have to wait for arrears. उनके पास पैसा आएगा, the government is going to send the money, and it takes a lot of time. So it's better to sell electricity at market price and directly send the money to the bank accounts of the customers, eligible customers. ठीक है? और cross subsidy problem we have already discussed. Now, new electricity council hoga, which will actually coordinate with the state counterparts. Okay, sustainability and markets, higher non-fossil obligations. Again, because we are planning to transition into using renewable sources of energy. So, those discoms which are going to use power produced using renewable sources will be credited. And there are also penal provisions. इतना mandatory हो जाएगा कि this much energy has to be sourced from renewable sources. Okay, significance क्या हो गया? Improving efficiency. So this is what this story is all about. To make the infrastructure related to electricity distribution of India future ready. Okay, हम क्या करेंगे? हम लोग क्या करेंगे, फ्यूचर रेडी बनाएंगे. ओके, फ्यूचर रेडी, इट्स अ नाइस टर्म, यू कैन इंसर्ट दिस पॉइंट इन योर मेन्स आंसर. फ्यूचर रेडी होगा. ठीक है. प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन कुछ आया था क्या? A related question. I could find one. It was asked in the year 2020. You can go through it. You can pause the video and go through. Describe the benefits of deriving electricity energy from sunlight in contrast to conventional energy generation. Again about green energy. So this forms a part of both environment and economics. Okay. Another question was asked in prelims 2019. See, you may ask, ये तो petroleum natural gas पे मैंने क्यों दिखाया? They may ask you about governing bodies related to power generation sector. Say it's Central Electricity Authority. There is an authority called Central Electricity Authority. Okay. क्या पता, they may ask a question. Is it a statutory body or an executive body? Any authority is actually mostly a statutory body. So a similar question was asked related to Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board. Okay. Similar question, not exactly the same. So now moving to the next news item, which is related to this report on prisons in India. Okay, report on prisons in India. Now prisons in India come under which list? It comes under state list. There are three lists: central, state और center, state and concurrent. ये state list में आता है. ये release क्यों हुआ? Why it was released? Because we just received our 53rd CGI in the shape of Shri Suryakant. So Chief Justice of India, जो गवाही थे, he actually left office, he demitted office, and this report was released on the same day when the new CGI took office. Okay, and as we all know, Indian prisons are actually burdened with perennial problems, very long-term challenges. They're overcrowded, and the prisoners, most of them, 75% of the prisoners are actually under trials. That means वो अभी तक criminals नहीं हुए, they're not convicts. Only 25% of the total prisoners in India are convicts. That means it has proven that they have committed crimes. The remaining 75% are under trials. So it's a big challenge. Okay. Let's go through governance. जो होता है, prisons fall under state list, as I said. Global standards is a very interesting piece of name. हम लोग कौन से standards follow करते हैं to manage our prisons? It's called Nelson Mandela rules. Who is Nelson Mandela? The first black president of South Africa. Okay. As soon as apartheid ended, Nelson Mandela took charge, and he suffered for so many years. He spent nearly 30 years in prison in a South Africa jail. So he understood the conditions, the sufferings of the prisoners, and he realized that it's high time certain reforms be introduced. Just like आपको पता होगा, when Bhagat Singh and Jatin Das, they went on hunger strike. Okay, you remember? You must have seen in the movie also, and in modern Indian history you must have studied. They realized that the way the prisoners are treated is not up to the mark. They tried to fight for the rights. Similarly, Nelson Mandela also fought for the rights of prisoners. He realized the conditions can be improved. इसलिए बोलते हैं Nelson Mandela rules. Okay. Yeah, you can insert it in your answer. And it may be asked in prelims. Nelson Mandela rules are related to ABCD. You can expect one. Okay. So overcrowding, I said, national occupancy rate कितना 131.4%. That means if there are 100 seats or 100 cells, it has been occupied by how many people? 131 prisoners. ठीक है, 131 prisoners इसको occupy करते हैं, which is a huge number. And 75%, ठीक है, 75% क्या है? Are under trials. That means उन पे अभी तक उनको justice नहीं मिला. They are awaiting justice. Open prisons are underutilized. You know what are open prisons? Open prisons are those prisons in which the security system is not very high. It's for not like hardened criminals. Those places are not occupied. वो free हैं. So most of the prisoners are actually in the tough, high security prisons. That's why those are overcrowded and open prisons are empty. सारे भले ही वो लोग कॉन्विक्ट ना हो, हम सारे क्रिमिनल्स, सारे अक्यूज्ड को शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं कहाँ पे? टू द कोर जेल्स. एंड ओपन जेल्स और ओपन प्रिजन्स, दे आर एम्प्टी. ओके. Stereotypes में और क्या क्या है? All the problems that India face as a society are also experienced in a prison. Caste system वहाँ पे भी होता है. Some prisoners don't want to stay together. They say we have different castes. I don't want to stay with a fellow prisoner who belongs to different caste. तो caste system वहाँ पे भी practice होता है. And what are the other issues? Wage disparity. In jails, people are given a chance to work so that they can contribute to the economic growth of the country. Some not very white collar jobs. So वहाँ पे भी wage disparity है. They don't get enough wages for the work. And there is also state level disparity. यहाँ पे मिजोरम में you get ₹20 for a particular. It's either piece rate or time rate. जितना भी आपको मजदूरी मिलता है वो ₹20 मिलता है पर डे. ठीक है, ₹20 मिलता है आपको पर डे मिजोरम में. कर्नाटक में मिलता है ₹524. Just see, it's nearly 25 times high. Sorry, nearly, yeah, 25 times high. Women prisoners, no explicit reproductive rights. Once you are in jail, you lose all your rights and sometimes your natural rights as well. It's not that easy that you are a woman and you want to attain motherhood. It's not possible. And there are also health-related rights which are violated. Confined mostly to domestic jobs. Legal aid gaps, poor quality due to lack of physical and digital infrastructure. I'm an under trial. Okay, I'm in jail, but I'm an under trial. मुझे अभी तक decide नहीं हो कि I'm a criminal, but I'm an under trial. And I am still trying to win justice. I really want to get out of a jail. I want a good advocate, a good lawyer, but I don't have enough resources. I don't have a proper infrastructure which I can avail to refight justice, to refight my case, to win justice. Okay? Legal aid gaps. Although the DPSP, there is a directive under DPSPs in the Indian Constitution that everyone has a right to get free legal aid. Not everyone has a right. It's the state's responsibility to offer free legal aid. Okay. Way forward, menial and degrading adopting right-based language. होता क्या ना? In a jail, when you're given some work, in a loose sense, I'm saying, just for simple, easy understanding. अरे एक कैदी को इसको बुलाओ, he has to do this menial work. He has to sweep floors or do this or do that. अरे ये छोटा मोटा काम है. ये छोटा मोटा जो term है, it can be belittling. It can be demeaning. Okay, that means you're belittling the importance of that particular work. And if we bring in the ideologies of Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi, he said every work has importance. So उसमें क्या होता है ना? There are several works and some are very base work, very lowly works. Some prisoners are given those responsibilities and some privileged prisoners they're given different tasks. There is a gradation. तो यहाँ पे भी discriminating. It should be right based. ये right based होना चाहिए. ठीक है? Right based मतलब the language should be rights based. It should be non-discriminatory. That means we should not put tags on deeds or works. Every piece of work should be treated in a similar or equal manner. Okay? Task rotation. If you think a particular task is very like physically demanding, उसमें बहुत मेहनत लगता है, तो why just to assign for that work one prisoner कि यही करेगा वो काम and nobody else is going to do. It can be done on the basis of rotation. That means today I'm going to do, tomorrow somebody else will. Okay? Revise prisoner wages जो हम पढ़े से every 3 years. हर 3 महीने में उनका wage rate बढ़ाओ. Under trial cases हो गया and this. Ensure real-time updates across ICG's platforms to strengthen e-prisons. These are all important measures that you can go through. Okay? Pause the video. So mostly I've discussed everything. And if you ask me, was there any question asked? I couldn't find any question. You can look for, there were no direct questions related to prisons in prelims or GS mains. Okay? Maybe Indian Evidence Act, the legal procedures and all that. So coming to the third news, G20 Summit 2025, which concluded in South Africa. And as I said, at the G20 Summit, many leaders also met individually for other meetings related to other groupings. Because they were already there, so why to waste resources? Okay, so वहीं पे they had their other bilateral meetings. They conducted those bilateral meetings, and Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met with the leaders of other countries, the IPSA countries, and also a tripartite agreement with Australia and Canada, which we'll discuss later. Now let's focus on G20. Why is G20 important? G20 इतना important क्यों है? Questions have also been asked in prelims and mains. G20 is important because it represents 80% of the total economy of the world. To be more precise, 80% of the total GDP of the world. Okay? 19 countries and 2 groupings. Okay? 19 countries and 2 groupings. एक अफ्रीकन यूनियन हो गया, एक हो गया यूरोपियन यूनियन. And they represent 80%. They represent 80% of the total GDP of the world. Okay. This time the United States didn't represent, so it backed out. So there was neither President Trump nor any of his representatives. Okay. Anyways, so for the first time, the G20 summit took place in African soil. Okay, which is actually an achievement in itself, because so far we're focusing on developed countries, and G20 is special because it offers room to both the developed countries and the developing or emerging countries of the world. Okay, so that is why it's very special. Indonesia hai, India hai, Brazil is there, Argentina is there. Okay, so it gives offers room to all sorts of nations, the developed world and from the developing world, emerging countries. You won't find Pakistan here or Nepal here. Only big economies like Brazil, India, okay, China, which is not considered as a developed country. So hua kya? Some declaration were adopted despite US boycott, and leaders agreed on a common declaration. Okay, it's like a routine thing. In 2023, New Delhi we hosted. Then the presidency was transferred to Indonesia, I guess, and this time it was South Africa. So what we need to focus on, these are the routine tasks. There is nothing special. Disaster and debt, we have to discuss the global debt and disaster, climate change related steps and measures. Climate energy, again, green energy, how to transition to renewable sources and give up on fossil fuels. Reforms, and yes, Paris 1.5 degrees Celsius, I'm also going to discuss that in another piece of news. We'll discuss that. COP31 में, ठीक है क्या? COP30 में क्या क्या हुआ था? It took place in Brazil. We'll discuss that in the other piece of news. What is this 1.5 degrees Celsius? I hope you all know what is 1.5 degrees Celsius, this target. That the global temperature should not rise by 1.5 degrees Celsius as compared to the pre-industrial levels. Before global warming became known to the world, what was the temperature? Whatever it was. The global temperature should not rise more than by 1.5 degrees Celsius from that particular temperature. मतलब उस समय अगर global temperature, average temperature was 20 degrees Celsius, it should not breach 20 plus 1.5, that is 21.5. Okay. Whatever, X tha temperature. The temperature was, let's say X degrees Celsius. हम X से maximum देंगे 1.5. 1.6 भी होने नहीं देंगे. But according to many reports, we are going to breach that mark because of continuous use of greenhouse gases. Okay, that's another issue. This is G20. Okay, let's not get deviated. Okay, and reforms. Ubuntu is a nice concept. It's the name of an operating system, Ubuntu, based on, I guess, Linux. But Ubuntu is actually derived from South African English, which means shared humanity. Okay, that means collectively we're going to face the global challenges, and we're going to concert our efforts. We are going to concentrate our energies together. Okay, to move ahead. Security and conclusion. What is very important as regards G20 summit, which was held in South Africa, is what India proposed. These are the 6 reforms suggested by India. They may ask this question in prelims or mains. I don't think mains, because mains is over, but 2026 prelims is approaching. They may ask which of the following was proposed by India in the G20 summit, which was held in Johannesburg, South Africa. Global traditional knowledge repository. For example, Africa as a continent, India as a country, these are strongly rooted countries. They have rich traditions. Okay, बहुत rich traditions हैं यहाँ के. what a rich tradition. That means we have our indigenous cultivation systems. एक झूम cultivation होता है ना, which is actually very common practice but known by different terms across the world. अपातानी cultivation in अरुणाचल प्रदेश, इसमें राइस और फिश दोनों करते हैं, है ना. अपातानी एक ट्राइब है in Arunachal Pradesh. So this is like, these are indigenous systems. Then we have our Ayurveda system. Ayurveda क्या होता है? It's a medicine system based in India. Similarly, there are traditional knowledge repositories in Africa. So together we are going to nurture them, protect them and preserve them. ये था. Africa skills multiplier, 1 million certified trainers. You know, by making our workforce skilled, we're actually increasing the multiplier effect. Because a skilled person can not just contribute to the economy directly, but also indirectly. For example, if somebody is a teacher, he is himself or herself skilled because he can impart education or teaching. At the same time, he or she is producing doctors, engineers, lawyers. Okay, that is the multiplier effect. एक बंदा पढ़ेगा, बढ़ेगा और साथ में बहुतों को लेके आगे चलेगा. ठीक है? Global healthcare response team. ठीक है? This is related to a situation like COVID-19. Together we can work. Open satellite data partnership, again, data distribution or data sharing. Critical mineral circularity initiative. Circularity मतलब क्या होता है? Reuse. Because we're using lithium-ion batteries and we're disposing them. So the lithium can be extracted and put to new use. Countering drug terror nexus. And also wildlife trafficking. Okay, these are major issues which involve not just one country, but several countries of the world. Okay, and again, there was one more meeting. As I said, bilateral meetings also took place there because all the global leaders were present. तो वहीं पे साथों साथ India, Italy भी मिल गए, और they actually signed an initiative or decided to take this initiative on countering terror financing. ठीक है? तो ये भी एक तरह से हो गया to counter another nexus, to make sure that global terror funds are curbed. We put some sort of check system on that. Okay. Now, about G20, it doesn't have a secretariat. It doesn't have a fix. It's not a fixed body like the United Nations. जिसका secretariat is in New York. It was formed in 1999 after the Asian financial crisis. जिसमें बहुत से there was capital flight, and also its importance grew during the 2008 global financial crisis. Major forum for cooperation on global economic and governance issues. Mostly इसका यही काम है, geopolitical नहीं, geo-economic है इसका. Okay, the focus is क्या है इसका? It's a geo-economic body. यहाँ पे they are discussing terrorism, which is a geopolitical issue because there is funding associated with terrorism. That's why they discussed it here. Okay. Otherwise, there is no point of discussing geopolitical issues. It's meant for geo-economic problems. Annual summit hosted by rotating presidency. As I said, in 2023 it was India, then Indonesia, finally Brazil. Members कितने हैं? 20, 19 plus European Union. 19 plus European Union. That makes it 20 plus African Union, which was newly inducted in 2023. These are the members. Okay, these are the members. A question came in 2020 directly. Which of the following countries are members of G20? Okay? You can pause the video and go through it. Now coming to the next piece of news, which is COP30, which took place in Brazil in a place called Belém. Belém, उसका नाम है Belém, and Belém, which is present in the Brazilian Amazon forest. वो जगह में बना था इस बार. So which is very symbolic. They chose a green area to send out a message on green growth. Okay. Important from the point of view of environment mostly, but also partly GS paper 2, because it's also part of climate change is now an important part of international relations. We cannot ignore that fact. Okay. But mostly GS paper 3 environment. Okay. The Belém package क्या होता adopted? Major outcomes centered on implementing the 1.5 degrees Celsius pathway, which I discussed already briefly. That means, if you remember COP21, वही conference of parties. This is COP30, that was COP21, which took place in Paris. And the agreement that we reached was Paris Agreement. way back in 2015. We set this benchmark. 1.5 degree Celsius से हम आगे बढ़ने नहीं देंगे. The global temperature should not breach this mark. But according to many reports, the way we are using greenhouse gases, we are about to breach it. But still, we should not give up on that. Okay. So on paper, we are trying to put in a lot of effort. But practically, how far we have succeeded, we know. Because as I said, reports are saying we're going to breach this mark. So सारा जो measures and efforts that you're putting in, taking into consideration this 1.5 degrees Celsius. Always mention this figure in your GS paper answers. You'll get extra bonus marks. Okay. So इसी को करना है. And how to do that? We have to. There is this perennial fight, this continuous fight, tug of war between the developing countries and the developed countries. Okay. Developing countries are saying we are developing now. Developed countries, you have done a lot economically. You have progressed a lot. We have just started to make progress. So it is your historical responsibility to make sure that our progress is not affected because of climate change. Historical responsibilities. ठीक है? यही मुद्दे पे there is always a fight, a Cold War sort of thing, not exactly Cold War, an unsaid war between developing countries and developed countries. They are saying you have been using fossil fuels since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, which started in Great Britain, and then the other European powers followed, and then the United States. Countries like India, China, South Africa, Brazil, they just started to make progress in the 20th century, or in the late mid 20th century. So who has a bigger responsibility, you or I? Developing countries are saying it's a developed world that should be held more accountable, or that has a greater accountability as compared to developing countries. Okay? So that is why they need the developed countries to finance. You must have come across several funds. Okay? Green Climate Fund, several adaptation fund. They want a fund means fund basically is related to money, because funds are made up of money, finance. Okay? So the developing countries want the developed countries to contribute to these funds. Okay? And they are also very hesitant, the developed countries, to contribute to the funds. Okay? But we managed to take important initiatives. Somehow we succeeded. On paper again, it has not taken any practical shape, which is Global Implementation Accelerator. And what is it? A 2-year push to align national plans with 1.5 degrees Celsius. You remember the word Panchamrit? The nationally determined contributions India keeps submitting. कि इस year तक we are going to do this, that. We are going to cut down our greenhouse gases usage and everything. So these are national plans. Okay? ये सब align करेंगे ये target के साथ. Again, Belém mission to 1.5. Troika-led platform. ये Troika है क्या? Troika. What is this measure? Troika means a set of 3. Troika means a set of 3. A set of 3 entities. ठीक है? Troika. I think this is a Russian word. Troika, Petronas or Glasnost हम लोग पढ़े थे जो international relations में during the late 1980s. Troika means set of 3. 3 horses driving a vehicle. That is from where this word has been sourced. It has been coined from that thing only. 3 horses driving a vehicle. So here Troika means COP29, which took place in Baku, Azerbaijan. COP30, जो इस बार हुआ अभी खत्म हुआ ब्राजील में, and COP31, जो which will take place next year in Turkey. Okay, that means if we have decided to do something, it should continuously be thought about and discussed in all the 3 platforms: COP29 platform, COP30 platform, and COP31 platform. It's not like that. In this particular COP edition, we discuss the issue, and next time it disappears from our agenda. Troika means we're going to stay focused on these issues and our efforts across all the 3 platforms. Azerbaijan में जो हुआ था, this time it happened in Belém, and next time it's going to take place in Turkey. To maintain continuity, that means we are really concerned. It's not that it's just a one-time discussion issue. On this particular edition we discussed, and next time we're going to skip it. Okay? To cooperation on mitigation, adaptation, and investment. Climate mitigation matlab to reduce the impact. Adaptation matlab to grow along with climate change and related issues. Okay, it's happening, but we also have to mend our ways so that the impact of climate change can be reduced. Mitigation means directly reducing emissions, greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, I hope you understand the meaning of mitigation, adaptation, and investment is a financial thing. Okay. Another global Mutirao decision. Mutirao is a Portuguese word, and Portuguese is the language spoken in both Portugal and Brazil because Brazil was a colony of Portugal. Okay, that's why it's a Portuguese term. That means collective effort or working together. And again, it's very symbolic. The entire globe needs to work together to beat climate change. So climate finance scaled to $1.3 trillion per year by 2035, which is very ambitious. Although it may not happen, but they have set a target. Okay, we are going to get this much money in the form of funds to tackle effects of climate change. Okay. Two other roadmaps, forest and climate roadmap to halt or reverse deforestation. There was another, I hope you remember this thing, which is TFFF. It's a Brazilian initiative which India has agreed to be part of. Tropical Forests Forever Forum. Okay. So again, it also took place on the sidelines of COP30. Deforestation ko rokna hai. Okay. Again, FINI, this may be asked in prelims, कि FINI जो initiative hai, it was in the news because of which of the following summits or meetings. FINI is fostering investable national implementation initiative. That means you have ideas or thoughts related to tackling climate change, but you have not decided how you're going to implement those ideas. FINI is all about that, making your thoughts practicable. Okay, that means you're going to take concrete steps. सिर्फ ख्याली पुलाव नहीं. Okay, so that is what FINI is all about. और क्या करना है? Unlock करना. We are going to use 1 trillion adaptation project pipeline. Okay, so all those ideas or thoughts regarding tackling climate change or climate change related issues have to be done through funds, through proper projects. Okay, BILM Health Action Plan. Okay, because climate change also changes local weather patterns, and that gives rise to many tropical diseases like malaria. Okay, so the occurrence of such tropical diseases has actually risen. It has increased because of climate change. So again, Health Action Plan, Tropical Forest Forever Facility, not forum, sorry, facility, which was signed on sidelines of COP30, and Gender Action Plan, because women are always at the receiving end. No matter what the issue is, women always suffer more. Okay, due to climate change, we are also seeing sea level rise. Now forests, coastlines are getting submerged. So women who are going to travel, who live in coastal villages, they used to travel to fetch water, wood, and other timber. So now it's very tough for them. Again, they have to bear child. Okay, so whatever problems a man faces is always double or more for a woman. Previous year questions kya aaya tha? In 2025 itself, there was a question directly on COP28. Although by then COP29 was over, but the question was on COP28. You can pause the video and go through it. It's not a very easy question to answer. काफी specific था, 3 statement, and you have to an assertion reasoning type of question. You can go through. Now coming to the 5th major news, India, Brazil, South African IPSA leaders meeting held on the sidelines of the G20 summit. You may ask, there is one body called BRICS. Why do we need IPSA? BRICS mein there is Brazil, India, China, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and 6 other countries which have recently become members of BRICS. Why do we need another body called IPSA? Can anyone guess? Okay, it's not an interactive session, so that's why IPSA का goal क्या है? Neither India nor Brazil nor South Africa is a member of the United Nations Security Council, a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. However, Russia is and China is. These 2 old members of BRICS are, but these 3 countries are not. Okay, these 3 countries are not permanent members of UNSC. So the reason behind coming up with this body was that we use a term called South-South cooperation. What is South-South? That doesn't mean all the countries in the southern hemisphere. Maybe, literally, Brazil is and South Africa is. India is not. India is present in the northern hemisphere. But South-South means the cooperation between the developing countries. Okay. So there was a declaration called Brasilia Declaration. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil. Brasilia. Okay. In 2003. And under that, 2003 or 2005, you can check. And under that declaration, IPSA was formed. So that was the core agenda. We are going to lobby for each other for permanent membership in the United Nations Security Council. All these three countries are deserving members. Why? Because when United Nations formed soon after the World War II, that time there were 5 powers. Russia, USSR, United States of America, Great Britain, France, and China. Okay. Neither Germany got a place, nor Japan, because they were a part of the powers called Axis powers. But now the world order has changed. There are so many progressive economies, big countries like India and Brazil. So they want membership in the United Nations Security Council. Permanent membership, not just membership. Okay? So that is how it started. Now they cannot just meet every year to discuss that thing. Let's keep lobbying for each other. There are other items on the agenda as well. They can discuss during the summits or meetings. एक तो होगा मैं जो बोला था स्टार्टिंग में UNSC reform. Then Digital Innovation Alliance. You can just go through. Nobody is going to ask. Security cooperation or perennial problems. ठीक है? All the perennial. Climate Resilience Fund. Again the same thing, repetitive. We discussed in COP30 and also G20 Summit. IPSA's core role, a global South Forum, India, Brazil, South Africa, coordinating on global issues and joint development projects. If you really want to enrich your answer, you should never ignore this line. Global South Forum, India, Brazil, South Africa, coordinating on global issues. This South-South cooperation with what in mind? To seek permanent membership of UNSC for each other. That is the core agenda. And key initiatives, the key IPSA Trust Fund for Developing Nations and IPSAMAR, okay, trilateral naval exercise. Okay, that is also not one of the core limbs of IPSA, but one of the side projects or side initiatives. Now let's go through quick updates. We have covered all the 5 important news. Okay, some of the quick updates are important and some are not that important. Australia, Canada, and India Technology and Innovation Partnership, which is very surprising. Last year, India and Canada relations were strained during the tenure of Justin Trudeau. And when we have the new Prime Minister, Mr. Carney, that time the relationship has improved. Okay, now we are again trying to cooperate with each other. So, India, United States also signed an agreement related to critical emerging technologies. Again, India has sought the help of Australia and Canada on in a separate line to exchange technologies and knowledge related to critical and emerging technologies. Critical technologies होते क्या हैं? एक तो energy related, दूसरा digital technology. ठीक है? First is your like renewable energy, lithium and batteries, and all the necessary accessories that you need to create or manufacture lithium ion batteries. Which the most important thing is, I would say, an element called cobalt. Okay? An element called cobalt. Cobalt is an element, a metal, atomic number I think 27. अब cobalt का काम क्या है? When you make lithium ion batteries, cobalt is the element which gives structural strength to lithium ion batteries, which makes lithium ion batteries feasible to work at high temperatures. It's cobalt behind the functionality of lithium ion batteries. And India can import cobalt from Australia and Canada. It's not just about cobalt. There are other technologies also. India has a demographic dividend. Okay. Australia and Canada are not densely populated, so India can contribute in the form of manpower, and India can borrow technologies from Canada and Australia. And what are the other areas apart from clean sources of energy? AI-related growth. There are many AI-related startups in Canada. Okay, that's why people go there to study for data science and artificial intelligence. And research-wise, Australia has also made tremendous progress. Okay, so they're going to leverage each other's strength. A trilateral framework to deepen cooperation in critical and emerging technologies. Focus areas क्या है? Clean energy, critical minerals, as I said, cobalt or lithium, resilient supply chains. So that if India is dependent upon, India cannot be dependent upon, or India cannot rely upon China, which is actually a very solid source of REs, that is rare earth elements. Okay, so India can diversify sources and advanced digital AI systems. It draws on technological industrial strengths of all the three partners. जिसके जो शक्तियां हैं, बल हैं, वो एक दूसरे को हेल्प करेंगे उसी आधार पे. Okay. Now, moving to the next news. Nothing more about IPSA. Bharat NCAP 2.0. And as I said in the beginning, every year 50 lakh cars are sold in India, nearly 50 lakh cars. And India is a densely populated country. And the roads are not that good. If the roads are not that good, and there are so many buyers and users of cars, what is always imminent? What is always imminent? Accidents, road mishaps, ये तो होना ही है. Our roads are not good, but everyone wants to have a car. And cars in India are very lightweight because we always focus on mileage. हमारे देश में यही देखते हैं, गाड़ी जब लेते हैं कि 1 लीटर पेट्रोल पे या 1 लीटर फ्यूल पे कितना चलता है. And to have cars with good mileage, you need to have them lightweight. Lightweight मतलब if an accident occurs, lightweight cars are affected more than solid-bodied cars. Okay, so that is something you have to strike a balance on. You want high mileage cars, and at the same time you want sturdy cars, strong cars, which is not possible. That is why Bharat NCAP new car assessment program. Okay, that means there are so many accidents, so many people, and so many vulnerable sections, vulnerable entities. So we need stronger rules to adhere to. Okay, so we need stronger rules to adhere to so that we can make India less accident prone. अभी तक हम गाड़ी में देखते थे, आप देखे होंगे crashing test. You must have seen there is a car which is actually driven very fast and it's made to strike with a solid body, and then we check how much damage has been done. That is crashing test. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Crashing test. और उसमें हम क्या देखते हैं? सिर्फ अर्लियर वी यूज्ड टू फोकस ऑन अडल्ट ऑक्यूपेंट प्रोटेक्शन. उसके अंदर जो बैठे हैं बुजुर्ग, जो बच्चा बैठा है उसके अंदर चाइल्ड ऑक्यूपेंट प्रोटेक्शन. ओके, दिस वन. एंड सेफ्टी असिस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी. सेफ्टी असिस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी मतलब कार बेल्ट सेंसर हो गया. इफ यू डोंट वेट योर कार बेल्ट, देन देयर विल बी बीप. इट विल कीप बीपिंग अंटिल यू पुट ऑन योर car belt, safety belt. Okay, sorry, seat belt, not car belt, seat belt. So these are the areas which earlier we focused upon through NCAP. Now we have changed our focus. We have introduced new parameters to make sure whether a car is road safe or not, whether a car is less prone to accidents or not. And what are those parameters? Safe driving. Okay, safe driving मतलब मान लीजिए the driver is feeling sleepy. The driver is feeling sleepy. Automatically the sensor will catch it and the car will slow down. ये एक feature है. Okay. Accident avoidance. Accident avoidance क्या होता है? For example, if there is a pothole or if there is a bump or which you call speed breaker, it will automatically slow down the car. It works using sensors only, sensor technology. Next, crash protection and vulnerable road user protection. That means there will be some sort of siren or again beep which will make you alert if you have not seen somebody coming from the front. You have cameras installed, rear view camera, front view camera bhi aa gaya, theek hai? Post crash safety. That means if the car is part of an accident, there should be a system that automatically the door opens, so that whoever is sitting inside can easily escape without getting trapped. Or if the car falls into a gorge or a lake without getting drowned, the ones sitting inside, if they're not harmed, they can easily exit the car. Okay, this is called post crash safety. सबको कुछ कुछ weight दिया गया है. The maximum weight has been given to car protection, crash protection, and the other parameters are safe driving, accident avoidance, vulnerable road user protection, and post crash safety. So these are the new parameters. Okay, these are the new parameters, and these are the old parameters. We want these. We want to build upon these three parameters and include the new parameters. Okay, so this is what the new NCAP or NCAP 2.0 is all about. And now coming to the third news. Again, this is soon going to be part of the main news, I guess. So not much progress has been made, and the bill has not yet been introduced. It's on the agenda of the government, but there is already an uproar because this bill wants to give Chandigarh a special status. Now the central government will have more power in controlling the administration of Chandigarh. And Chandigarh की जो जनता है, Chandigarh is actually the joint capital of Punjab and Haryana. If Chandigarh directly becomes a part of the central government, just like Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep, it will be put under Article 240 and then directly governed like Andaman Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. There will be an administrator. Okay. So soon it will stop being the capital of the two states. Maybe. We don't know about the provisions. So Punjab will have a separate capital. Haryana will have a separate capital. Maybe Gurgaon will become the capital of Haryana, and Ludhiana will become the capital of Punjab. So that's why a lot of protest, because people don't know what's going to happen. Because Chandigarh is a fondly loved city. It's a beautiful city, and most of the residents are from Punjab and Haryana. Some from Haryana. So it's called Tri-City. Panchkula and Mohali. So Chandigarh is actually consists of residents of Punjab and Haryana who are not happy with this development. They think they are going to lose their fondly loved city Chandigarh, which will stop being the capital of the two states. So what is important here from the prelims point of view so far is Article 40. Article 40 किसके साथ related है? Union territories or say some other issues, say taxes, okay, or interstate relations. So although UPSC does not ask directly about articles, who knows? It may ask. Okay. Otherwise, kuch or and currently, what is more important you to know? Currently, Chandigarh is a union territory and shared capital of Punjab and Haryana. The Punjab governor serves as UT administrator. Okay, so this office may also get affected if this bill takes the form of an act. Okay, and now it's a constitutional amendment bill. And soon, when it becomes an act, it won't be the 131st Amendment Act. We don't have those many amendment acts now. I think it's 104. It will become 105th or 106th. Okay. So the bill number is different from the act number. Remember that. The next news is Manipur Sangai Festival. Sangai is actually a dancing deer, which is found. Sangai is called dancing deer. Okay. Which is found or endemic to Manipur. It is found in a national park which is called Keibul Lamjao National Park. Please remember the name. Keibul Lamjao National Park. And it's present in Loktak Lake. Loktak. These are important facts. Okay. These are important facts. That is all about Sangai. And this Sangai festival is named after that animal, okay, which is endemic to Manipur. But we don't celebrate with the Sangai or the dancing deers because this festival is symbolic of the culture of Manipur. Okay. But this time, the people of Manipur did not celebrate this festival in a very spirited manner because of the ethnic violence. Okay. But still, it's a good measure. They tried to break the ice. So after a 2-year gap, it was celebrated. Flagship tourism and cultural festival named after critically endangered deer, Sangai. Sangai, okay? It's critically endangered as per the IUCN status, okay? Remember this, an important fact. 225 edition inaugurated by Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla. It's okay, not that important. Now coming to this fifth piece of additional news or quick update, which is called Parasocial Relationships Word of the Year, okay, by Cambridge University. Parasocial is actually a word. Have you watched the movie Fan? Jisme Shah Rukh Khan is the hero and there is another fan which has been played by Shah Rukh Khan again. Parasocial behavior means such a behavior दिखाता है कि you don't know that personality whom you are watching online. YouTube influencer हो सकता है or any other popular individual. You think you are related to him. So it's a very dangerous development, isn't it? You don't know that individual, but you think you're very close to him. Which is good in a way. There are some benefits. You may be encouraged by that personality, but at the same time, there's a fear that you may start to believe or start living in an illusion that he's your family member or he's a near and dear one of yours. Okay, so that is why this term was in news. Otherwise, no other reason. Okay, they may ask this question in an interview also. Okay, do you think parasocial behavior is normal or are there any benefits? I don't think there is any other place where this particular item can be placed. Okay, and IWAI, that is Inland Waterways Authority of India, MOUs to boost water transport and river tourism in Northeast, is not a very important piece of news. Center signing MOUs with states partners to boost inland water transport and river tourism. That means there will be jetties, steamers or boats, and tourism can travel. They can also boost transportation. Okay, timbers, logs, or other vegetables, fruits, they can be transported. Cruise tourism and passenger links to remote river regions will also be promoted. Last mile connectivity to internet. So this is important from the point of view of enriching your answer. If a question is asked about how northeastern region of India, the living conditions of the people can be improved, as an answer to that question, you can insert these points. Okay, I don't think a dedicated question will be asked on this particular topic. Auramine is an important. It's an important ingredient, which is a banned ingredient used in food items as an adulterant, and it's a toxic synthetic yellow dye. That means used as a coloring agent. It's carcinogenic. Carcinogenic means it can cause cancer. Okay, it can cause cancer and unsafe for food. That is what you need to know, nothing else. They're not going to ask you about the chemical formula of auramine. How it enters food, illegally added to brighten sweet snacks, and why people or food manufacturers, those who are illegally using it in the first place, because it's very cheap. It's a cheap coloring agent, and they don't bother about who is going to consume what. Okay. Health risk होता है liver में जाता है. Liver is the place where food gets metabolized. Liver toxicity, organ damage, and cancer risk. Already I have discussed these points. The last important news, not very important again, is related to APDIM, which is Asian and Pacific Center for Development of Disaster Information and Management. India hosted it. Again, no direct question. It's important from the point of view of Sendai framework. Sendai framework is a framework which has been adopted by many United Nations members to make sure that the impact of climate change or disasters are lessened. So the theme is disaster-related risk reduction. Okay, from that point of view, this piece of news is important. And they may ask you, कि APDIM होता क्या है? It's actually a United Nations sub-body which deals with the Asia-Pacific region. Okay, and here countries share with themselves their experience related to disaster risk management. Okay, so that they can create knowledge pool. अगर आपके देश में कुछ हुआ था, please share knowledge with us how you tackle that particular incident. We'll also apply the same rules, regulations, methodologies, and everything. Okay. So that's all. Sendai framework is important because it's a disaster risk reduction framework which has a validity from 2015 to 2030. And Sendai is a place in Japan. It was adopted there. And this framework replaced an old framework which is called Hyogo Protocol. Hyogo Protocol को उसने replace किया था. Okay? Hyogo is name of another place. And Sendai framework replaced it, just like SDGs replaced MDGs. Okay. So that's it. Now it's time to go through the questions based on today's current affairs. They're very important to test your knowledge. Please go through that. And as you can see, there is a very nice initiative on the part of Vision Eyes, which is digital current affairs. To know further and more about each and every news item, you can refer to the website to enrich your knowledge. Till then, wish you all the very best. Thank you.